It resonated so deeply with me about how people deal with their grief. And I just felt it was an important film to make, given that time that we were in, that everybody heals in individual ways. And the story Land is about one woman's journey after a life-changing event that happens. And she decides to heal in her own way on her own terms. I'm hoping that the movie shows that not only when you respect one's way to heal, when you have that one to the other, healing can occur. And the power of human resilience through difficult times when you're faced with adversity, and how important it is to have another human being help you get through those times. So in a nutshell, this film is about friendship and human kindness. I think because of what was going on during that period of time, there was so much ugliness in the world, and yes, the last 4 years. I just wanted to make something about kindness, and that it generally does take another human being to help you get through difficult times. The title of the film is twofold. It's what land itself, the earth, symbolizes, which is healing, and when one lands finally in a place of renewal. I learned how to chop wood and skin a deer. And people ask, could you go off the grid and survive in the wilderness? Yes, probably could. Would not choose to do so, but probably could after this film. When you're in front of the camera and behind the camera, you absolutely have to have a strong team surrounding you. And boy, did I ever. I had a great group of people that are in essence acting as your director as well. And I couldn't have done it without them. We chose to build a cabin and transport it up 8,000 feet on the top of a mountain. And I'm so glad we did it. It was worth the struggle, because we were dealing with the elements all day, every day. And I just feel that it resonates in the film that we were actually living in the wild while shooting in the wild. We had a couple of instances where we would be in t-shirts, 75 degrees outside, and within 20 minutes, the Chinook winds would come in, and I mean 75-mile-an-hour winds. And then suddenly it was hailing, and then a dump of snow, and then so we would have to rush back to base camp and change out of the summer and year one and go to year two and add the hair pieces and, make the face look more ruddy, et cetera, et cetera. So everybody was on their toes pretty much every day to be able to change from year one to year two in 10 minutes. Edee's definition of survival is, in the beginning of the film, if she reads X amount of books on how to live in the wild, that's survival. But once Miguel comes into her life, I think he teaches her what survival really is. And that is opening up yourself to a new idea of hope and faith in other people. I think Edee's goal in the beginning is a cognitive choice to erase herself, erase the person that she is, because her life has been ripped out from under her, and she can never return to the life she once knew. So wanting to transform oneself, people do it in different ways. And I think escaping that life that she once knew was the only solution for her. I was so blessed with my cast, Demián Bichir and Kim Dickens. You know, they're just beautiful souls. And they understood the movie so completely that I didn't feel there was a struggle of translation and trying to explain to them what was needed for the scene. They knew it instinctively. When I talked to Demián Bichir in the beginning, he understood completely who this man was. He understood that he had been through exactly what she is going through. So it's almost like he traveled through the phases of grieving. And he knew where she was, what phase she was in. So he was allowing her to go through her journey. And he said, if you could give me one thing, can you just give me a title of who is this character to you? And I said, he, Miguel, is Edee's saint. It's the one line in the movie that I loved so much when I read the script, and I just feel like it's the pinnacle of that human kindness, that people come into your life for a reason. And he says it. She says, why are you helping me? And he says, because you were in my path. And I feel like we've all had those experiences once or twice in our life where you meet someone for a reason. It happened for a reason. He was meant to find her. He was meant to save her life. It's very timely that the movie is coming out now because of what this world we are all living in. This existence of being alone and being distanced from the people that we love. You know, we're not hugging like we used to. We're not able to. It's definitely altering the psyche. And I'm hoping people walk away from this film with that belief that we need each other and to not give up, and we will get through hard times.